It is time that we finally fix this account. Supports only has been sitting in a very bad spot for quite a long time. We've had this account for like 2 years. We've made very little progress in the Abyss. So we're going to do some pretty big stuff to get this account back on track. So what I'm going to do is go through all of these teams, which are all kind of bad and are mostly just DPS other characters that don't work very well. So we're going to completely ignore all of them, and we are just making 2 absolutely broken teams to work on Abyss. So I have now removed every single one of the teams. So let's build 2 proper teams to take on the Spiral Abyss. The first team, which is to be somewhat expected, is going to be a Hyper Carry Raiden team, making use of Raiden mixed with a Bennett, Farina, and Kazuha. Now, you would think I'd use Sarah, but my Sarah is not built, nor is she C6, so it's actually better to use Farina, plus Farina does her own personal damage, and Bennett can get Farina's fanfare up. So, that is team number 1. Team number 2, also pretty expected, is a Hyper Bloom team, using Cookie, Nahida, Kokomi, and just because Kokomi's Hydro application isn't incredible, we are also going to add in Sejuani. Mainly just because that is literally the only other Hydro character that is half decent. If this team does not work though, and we need more Dendra application, then I will swap Sejuani out for Baiju. So now let's quickly go through the builds for all these teams. First up, we have Raiden Shogun, which we are going to get off the catch and run her on the Jadewing Spear, because it is technically better for her. I will get that level 90 in just a second. She is at C1, which is a reason why I really want to use Raiden Shogun, and we're going to run her on Emblem. Okay, so current stats are 1,800 attack. We have a 59 to 179 crit ratio. Not incredible, but it is good enough. 198 ER. Okay, moving on to Bennett, who is running Favonius Sword. Don't need to change that. He is running Noblesse Obliged C6. His talents are slightly on the lower side. I think we get that burst up once more. However, we'd need more of these, so let's just wait and see if I need to use my resin on anything else first. Next, we move to Farina, who's already level 90, running Favonius Sword as well. I could run her on this to get more damage, and seeing as no one else is using it, I will. Then, artifacts, we're running Golden Troop. They all should be pretty good with just a bunch of HP and crit stats, running triple HP as that is what she wants. She is C1 and she has 499 for the burst, setting her at 42,000 HP, 73 to 160. Now we move on to Kazuha. He has 964 EM, running Xiphos Moonlight, obviously running Viridescent with just a bunch of EM. C0 running 288. I will probably level up his normal attack a little bit as he does more plunging attack damage this way. Okay, so Kazuha's burst can go to level 9. His skill cannot go to level 9, but we can get his normal attack up to level 7. So 7, 8, 9 for Kazuha is pretty good. Let's start off with Cookie. She is level 90 with 926 EM, running Iron Sting. She is running Flower of Paradise Lost, and she doesn't have any talent levels, but that is fine because she doesn't need them to do Hyper Bloom. Next, we move on to Kokomi, who has 476 for her talents. I think our main focus here is her skill for the healing. The rest of Kokomi's kit is Ocean Hued Clam, just running HP, stats, and energy recharge with a healing bonus circlet. She is currently on Prototype Amber. She's at 38,000 HP. So the next character on the list is Sejuani, sitting at 31,000 HP. She's currently running no weapon, apparently. I think I was using her on either Favonius Warbow or Skyward Harp just because I built her as a bit of a burst DPS. I'll put her back on Skyward Harp for that burst DPS damage. 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Varukasha, 48,000 HP, 55 to 148, 124 ER. I feel like that's a pretty solid Sejuani build. All I can really work on now is talents, which I need more of these, so I'll farm that in a second or I'll go craft them, we'll see. So that leaves us with the last character, which is Nahida. She just wants a bunch of EM, so we're going to swap her onto Sacrificial Fragment, as that gives the most EM. She is currently running Deepwood Memories, full EM build. She is C0, she has 2, 6, 7, so getting Burst and Skill up to 8 again would be nice. Nahida, you can get your skill up to level 8, and your Burst almost up to level 8. We can get Siegewine's skill up to level 8. And Cookie weapon to level 90. And Nahida's burst can also go to level 8 now. So that is both teams fully maxed out. I'm pretty sure we should be good now. And hopefully Abyss is possible. With that being said, let's go to the Spiral Abyss and try our luck. Let's try out floor 12. Hopefully we can 36 star it. You know what? Apart from this, it doesn't look too bad. I forget what you are. These guys could be a pain. I'm not sure how Hyper Bloom does against those Natlan enemies, so I guess we'll find out. Well, we managed to, hopefully, yeah, basically exactly half time that. So, let's see what second half has to offer. Oh yeah, I forget. This boss just wants Pyro. That might cause a problem. Let me reconfigure this party. First half can stay the same. That is going to work. Raiden, Farina, Bennett, Kazuha. Second half, Cookie, Nahida, Kokomi. I'd say the most consistent applier of Pyro that we can use in this account would be Toma, but he is level 40. I mean, we could put him on a build and we can try it out, I guess, because we're going to 100% need Pyro for that second half. Well, it appears like we've gone for a slightly faster clear on that first half, which is good. This shall be a problem. We'll see how it goes, but I don't imagine it'll go too great. But if I can 3-star the first half, then I can just swap the teams back if we can't progress further. We actually need to 3-star this first, which at this rate, I'm not liking our chances. And there goes Toma. And we only have 20 seconds left. Yeah, this isn't going well. We have a decent amount of damage, so I'm not too worried about that. We should be able to get through it damage-wise, but we need to be able to take out that first half way quicker, because those cryo shields are a really big problem to us. Well, by the looks of things, she stays around for quite a while after the cryo shields are gone, so I should be able to take her out then. There goes the shields again, so we're going to need to be really quick about that. But I definitely need to do something with the teams. So I think I'm just going to attempt to get through the first half, or the first chamber, and then I will come back to it with different teams to just clear it. Unless, actually, now that I think about it, I could swap the teams around now. So now let's see if Hyper Bloom can get rid of the dude at the start. He does have those Pyro things, which are going to be a really big pain because we don't have Pyro. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Well, straight off the bat, I can tell you this team is not going to be as strong. This dude definitely has some Dendro resistances, I think. Yeah, no, this isn't working, at all. Okay, we go back to the previous teams. I'm really hoping that the next Abyss reset is much kinder to us, because, hopefully, because we're getting Mizuki in a Zuma character, we don't get a bunch of the Natlan enemies, and the Natlan enemies are not fun on this account because I don't really have too many characters that can deal with them very easily. Also, while we're on the topic of Mizuki, I'm still debating whether she would be a support or not. I'm still going to read through her kit when she does release, and actually read for myself. But for the time being, I would like to hear you guys' opinion on what you think Mizuki would be. Because she does buff swell damage with her skill, and she can heal with her burst if the characters are below a certain HP. So she could be considered a support. I'm not too sure if any of that stuff is in passive talents, which I don't count. So I'll have to read through her kit when she releases. But for the time being, I'm thinking that I would count her as a support. Garbage time in that first half, but that is fine. I don't really care about that. I will deal with the first chamber once I'm done with everything else, because it is going to be the biggest pain. Mainly because of this annoying enemy here. Well, what do you know? There goes 3 stars, and we're not even remotely done with this enemy. As I said, though, not really too worried. I'm going to deal with this later. Oh, and there goes Kuki. Okay, this is going really good. I don't feel like this Abyss is possible at the moment. I think this is going to be one of the harder Abysses for this account. So I'm going to give it 3 more tries, and then I will call it for today. At least we have made some progress on the characters, and we can actually do some more damage. Unfortunately, this Abyss is really bad for this account. The only Abysses we've managed to actually do with this account are the easier ones. This one is not. So I feel like we won't be able to do this. I'm going to give it a couple more tries, but if we die, then yeah, it went about as well as I expected. I mean, it'd be awesome if I could just get through the first chamber, and then I could try out the rest of the abyss. But the first chamber is looking like it's going to be very, very difficult for us because all the enemies suck. Yep, and there we go, we're dead again. As we get stronger and stronger characters in the game, they make the abyss increasingly more difficult, which means for challenge accounts like this one, it becomes almost impossible. But as I said, I will try my best and we will just see where we can go. Well, with an absolute insane amount of focus, I have managed to finish Chamber 1 with 1 star. So we can finally move on to the next chamber, which I don't imagine is going to go much better. Okay, well, we got first half done. It was really, really bad and really slow. So I do not like our chances for this. Well, I can say Hyper Bloom does do a pretty decent job against these guys' shields. Not enough to help us because we're definitely struggling, but it definitely does a little bit of damage, which is nice. Now, this is going to be quite close, but as long as he doesn't get his shield back up again, there is a chance we can take this down with 2 stars, although he got his shield back up again, so that chance is gone. I do feel like we have a chance though, so I'm gonna restart it. I must say, Raiden's definitely doing more damage. He was hitting some like 30 almost Ks, doing the burst normal attacks. So that's decent. We'd need a lot more damage if we want to actually clear stuff quicker. Oh, and she died. We've currently been at this for like 47 minutes, so I'm giving myself 10 more minutes. If we can't manage to get past this in the next 10 minutes, then I'm calling it. Because otherwise it will be 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't want to be doing this past that. Okay, well, we managed to make it to the next side again, which is good, I guess. Now we got to go absolutely flat out here. Well, there goes 3 stars, but don't care. I'm not going for 3 stars. I'm going for 2 stars. Okay, this is our last try. I have no time left, and I have no will to do this anymore left. So, last try, and then we just wait for the next Abyss reset to actually hopefully make some progress. Because these teams are good. Like, I'm happy with the teams. They do feel good, but it's just the enemies. The enemies are just too not built for this team or this account in general. So we just wait for the next Abyss reset, and hopefully it is a little bit easier and we might actually be able to do it. I still have pretty low hopes, but maybe. We're going to need to 36 star the Abyss at some point, so hopefully we get a Abyss that's a little bit easier. Well, there goes 2 stars, but I don't really care anymore. We'll be able to get 1 star, hopefully. Die, thank you. We got 1 star, yippee. Chamber 3. I'm not spending any more than 3 tries in this chamber. And also Bennett's dead, so yeah, we're basically screwed. Oh, and all my bursts are gone, so we're even more screwed. The team is basically dead, but I'm going with the it's not over till it's over strategy. And I'm just gonna take this to the end. I doubt we're gonna get very far, but I'm just gonna go until everyone dies. Or we run out of time, whichever one comes first. Well, we managed to get through the first half. Second half has got more alive characters, but it's also got worse enemies. So yeah, our chances are pretty low. And if we don't manage to get this guy's shield down, we die. Like, it is an instant death kind of die. We didn't manage to get his shield down, so dead. And I'm not resetting because at this point there is literally no point. There goes 2 stars, but hey, we're not dead yet. Although I feel like we are going to run out of time. Kokumi's dead, so we have absolutely no Hyper Bloom now. Sejuani is not great on her own at applying enough Hydro. So yeah, we don't succeed. This is a guaranteed not succeed. That was also a guaranteed horrible sentence. It's now a cookie solo, so we all know how this is going to end. I really should just end this, but I'm sticking to the it's not over till it's over strategy. Which it is now over. And that went just about how I expected it to. I'm leaving. It was a good run. It wasn't really, it was pretty crap. But we tried our best. The teams are better, I guess. But this Abyss is just, it's just too hard. Which leaves this as our best Abyss we've managed to do. And you know why this one was our best Abyss? Because this was before we banned Xiangling. But oh well, unfortunately there is nothing too much else I can do about that. This team is strong, unfortunately not quite strong enough to defeat that Abyss. So hopefully we get a slightly easier Abyss in the future. near future preferably. Unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to end the video. I really do hate ending videos like this, but we can't make any more progress. You all saw how that went. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to leave it here. So I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed. If you like this video, go check out the last Spiral Abyss attempts, which probably went much, much better. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Good. Bye.